Super excited. Garage floor's only just dry enough, but needs must. So we've got it in. I've got a very temporary setup in here at the moment because we've got to wait for the floor to dry, and then we're going to have this epoxied. That's a month away, and we can't wait a month to get on with this. So in between, we'll strip it down, engine out. We'll have a good look. Now we've got a lot of light on it. You can really see where all the impact has compressed all the framework. Obviously this was further forward, and some of this has been jacked out. It's even worse, but just to be able to get to the crank pulley and stuff like this was just further up. Yeah, so I've got lots of parts sitting around now. I think we've got pretty much everything. If it's not here, it's on order. So very much looking forward to just making sure that everything's the correct part, that they're not the wrong width arms and wrong width steering rack and so on. Let's just check all that over, check all the shocks and springs are correct before it goes off to our arch, and then we can change it and get anything that's misordered sorted out. It's going to be good. Yeah, just looking forward to it being all repaired. So we're going to change, we're getting a new bonnet, new nose. The side panels are getting done by Arch. Obviously the front chassis is being changed by Arch. And still yet to source a windscreen. I need to take this one out and work out if it was a heated one or not, as to whether I'll put a heated one back or not. And yeah, at some point I need to take the alternator out. That's seized, so I need to free that up or place it. And hopefully when we start taking the engine out, we'll be able to see a little bit more as to whether it's had any porting done. And then if it has had porting done, whether we're going to investigate by taking the head off and seeing if the valves are standard or big valves. I think they're going to be standard personally. I think it's probably going to be unported, but we'll find out when we take it apart. Mainly because it's only got the standard 4-to-1 exhaust on it, even though it has got a large opening. So I do wonder whether at some point it has had a 4-to-1 and then this has been put on it instead. Yeah. I know that it's been sitting around with some of the paperwork in the car. It's been sitting at salvage within Co-Parts salvage for a year, so that makes sense why some of the stuff's a bit rusty and looks like it's been sitting. And so whether the original owner had a 4-to-1 on it and he's come and taken it off, I don't know. So we will see. Maybe, hopefully, the Owners Club might, if the owner appears on the Owners Club, then he might be able to give me some details regarding it. Yeah, she's in. Now the game's commenced. I'll do another update. I'll carry on off this video. Just strip down. Hi guys. So today's task: check everything that I've ordered, and then start stripping down and cutting out. So I've got new arms, new steer. Well, second-hand arms. Looks to be new unused steering rack. Used shock absorbers from matching year, and another used radiator. So all good. Dimensionally that's good. Steering rack's good. Shocks are good. Now the arms on this car, which I didn't appreciate, wide track fronts. So someone's upgraded them at some point from the standard track. Now these are standard track arms. Now it's quite a lot of money for these wide tracks. So for the minute I'm going to plan to put the standard width arms on. However, if during the project I manage to get a hold of it reasonable money, then I'll build it as it was. So managed to get some of it done, a couple of hours in. Got all the suspension arms off. And just started pulling the loom out and just undoing everything that needs to be undone. just to start thinking about getting the engine out. So you can see a bit clearer now. Oh, I'm going to do this quickly, but you can really see where the impact on this side. You can see the chassis lines wildly up in the air, and obviously it's quite badly in here. You might not be able to see it from before, but the engine mount's got a big crack in it. It's all bent. I'm pretty sure the other mount's got it's knackered as well. But there we go. So side's definitely not as bad as the other side. Anyway, cheers for watching. Oh, another couple of hours down, and finished to strip most of the wiring loom out. Exhaust manifolds off. Curiously, it wasn't tight and the bolts weren't seized. So I still think that's been removed prior to going to auction. Anyway, other than that, what else? The alternator. We'll put that now, but free the alternator up, so that's good. So I've got a little bit of wire to take off. I've got to do the gearbox. Drained all the fluids. Engine oil looked pretty good. Fresh as a daisy, to be honest. And coolant been drained. Got to do the gearbox sensors and speedo and gear shift linkage. All that work. That's my next job, I think. I've loosened off the engine mounts. I'm not sure whether I've got to take this off yet. I'm guessing it'll be okay, but I might just take it off anyway, just on the basis that once it's out the car and sitting on the workshop floor or on the bench, if it falls over, it's not going to damage the inlet manifold in any way. Not that I can imagine it falling over, but you know, these things happen. Yeah, that's it. Wait a minute. Give you a quick update. Hopefully we're going to get the engine out this evening. All the gearbox mount has been disassembled, same with the speed sensor, the gear shift, all that's been done. I've got a little bit of loom to take off, but the gearbox will get out as well. I guess I'm just going to let that come out of the prop shaft seal when it comes forward, because the engine and the prop shaft the engine's shifted about already. I really want to get it supported before it goes much further. The mounts at the front are not in a good structural way, so don't have an engine hoist, lift, crane or other. So I've got some heavy duty steel work and block and tackle a hoist, so we're going to give it a go. If it looks like it's a bad idea, then I'll come away from it, but this stuff's pretty strong, so I won't see having an issue taking an engine gearbox out with it. Nevertheless, so I've got to get that set up next, and then hopefully I'll try and take some pictures as I go and add them to after this part. Speak to you a bit. I'll do a quick video where we're at. Block and tackle's in. I've not used the electric hoist in the end. So the engine is out. I'm just about to wheel the car out from underneath it, but I thought I'd just do a quick video as to it's so yeah, so I left the back up in the air, left it on the front axle stands, just drew it out, used the jack underneath to support the gearbox. Now no gearbox oil came out of the gear, I mean a trace amount of gearbox oil. I thought it was going to fly out, so we need to look at why there's no gearbox. That is the sum total of the gearbox oil and some crud under the car. So I'm not sure what's gone on there. The sensor for speed has been smashed in, as is the reverse selector, so that's going to need some work. I'll do a video of that in a minute, but yeah, she's coming out. She'll be out in a minute. It's all good. Okay, so now it's out of the car, laying down. Let's just show you what's some of the additional damage that was caused. The reverse switch sheared off, so that needs sorting out. This is the reason why we had no, I think we had no oil in the car. It's because this speedo connector is sheared. That was, the whole thing had shifted in the tunnel and destroyed that. And obviously the engine mount is bent and quite frankly not in that great a condition, so that's going to be changed. Other than that, it all looks alright. It's about to slide it away now, out of the way, because we don't need it for a while, but I'll revisit the engine in the next few weeks.